Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning. I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky.
You darn tootin'.
We are especially lucky today because we're coming to you live from Dr. Joe Dispenza's retreat.
What an amazing couple of days.
In Marco Island, Florida. Oh my gosh.
Paradise.
How many times have we heard that word? I feel like when we checked in, they were like, welcome to paradise. And then when they opened the retreat, they were like, welcome to paradise.
How many times have we heard somebody stopped me in the elevator?
That seems to be a buzz phrase as well.
That is Dr. Joe's thing.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if any of you have ever been to a spiritual retreat before, because that's what this is.
It's new for me.
It has been it's awesome in so many ways. First of all, the community of people are just off the charts because they're so loving. In fact, people will come over to me and they like stop and they're like, hey, how you doing?
Give me a hug, sister.
And I'm like, do I know them?
Should I know them?
Are they from Kansas? That's what I always think. Are they from Kansas?
I got goosebumps. No, one of the things that's really new for me is as many conferences as I've been to and as many educational type seminars that I've been to, I've never been to a spiritual retreat, and I wasn't prepared for the amount of meditation that we've done.
Okay, so we did 3 meditations today, and that's what I wanted to talk about because have you ever been to a spiritual retreat where people are literally laying on the floor? Everybody brings their pillows and their yoga mats, their blankets.
Or a mattress.
And people are wearing their pajamas and their yoga pants.
Or their dresses and their high heels.
It starts at 6 a.m. every morning. One morning starts at 4 a.m., and I mean, when they say starts at 6 a.m., that means doors open at 5:30.
Yep.
And so that means we have to be on the elevator by 5 because there's so many wheelchairs.
There's 1,800 people here.
Anyway, yeah, so it's kind of very casual in that sense, but it's a little weird. It's like a big slumber party is what it is. And then once you start meditating with 1,400 people, that can be a little weird because like this guy beside me started snoring.
Well, and then you've got people with their shoes off.
And that was very disturbing to me. I wanted to say, dude, I'm in the middle of my meditation.
Nudge him a little bit.
Can you please stop snoring?
Honey, you're asleep.
Yeah, if Jason starts snoring at night.
Yeah, I get the punch in the
I'm
ribs.
like, honey, you're snoring. Like, I will wake him up and
wake
tell
up.
him.
I'm trying to sleep.
I'm like, I am sleeping. You're snoring. Stop.
Your sleep's not important. Wake up.
But that is part of meditation, and that's part of Dr. Joe's teachings is you have to tame your beast. And when he says your beast, he's talking about not your vagina.
Not my penis.
He's talking about your body.
Yeah.
And when you're meditating, if you are agitated at somebody else for the noises that they're making, then you are not in control of your thoughts and your emotions.
Yeah, you've got to overcome your body to heal it, overcome your environment to change it, and overcome time to not have to deal with it, to not have to manage it.
I'm glad you remembered that because I took so many notes, but that's...
Yeah, and I really had to overcome my body during the meditations because they're 2-hour meditations.
They are
and
long.
I'm used to a 35 to maybe a 45-minute meditation.
20 minutes.
And 20 to 25 minute is like my sweet spot.
I know it is.
Like that's where it's like I want to get in it, get out of it, and get on with it.
I know you do. I know you do. Men.
Are we there yet? I finished first.
It's not a race.
It's because you're not winning.
Hey. Yeah, and so back to, other people making noises and things. The guy snoring, that was agitating me. But what
The
really,
screamer? I knew the
yes.
screamer was coming up.
You did?
Yeah, it was either a murder or one of the
Okay.
loudest orgasms I've ever heard.
Okay, so
Harry Met Sally didn't have crap on her.
I'm just gonna be real with everybody right now. And I don't mean to be snarky. I don't mean to be
I don't mean to be a bully. I don't mean to be a.
But I'm just gonna tell you, we're all like an hour into this meditation. I was out. Like when I say out, I was really, really into my meditation where I was feeling
You were about to get that download.
transcendent. Yes.
You were right there on the cusp of opening that door.
I felt like I had sleep paralysis, where your body is just heavy and
where you almost couldn't move anything from the breastbone down.
Exactly. And I was in a really good place. And then all of a sudden, this woman is like making these
Blood-curdling screams.
right.
From 1,200 people away.
And I don't understand why, because it was a very loving meditation. We were in a loving space. We were talking about our heart
Yeah, it
at
was
that
about
time.
connecting to your heart.
And all of a sudden she's like, ah! And she just goes off and I'm like,
maybe she found Joan Jett in there.
I had my eye mask on. Luckily, I had my eye mask on. Otherwise, I probably would have opened my eyes and I would have been like, oh my gosh, did somebody just get shot? But luckily, I had my eye mask on and I was telling myself, stay in it, Jana, stay in it. But as soon as you say, stay in it,
You're out of it.
You're out of it. Right?
So I had a similar experience with a rocker that was close to me.
Okay.
So just probably a row over and a row in front
Okay.
was someone that was in one of the conference chairs. And she was the conference chairs have these backs that are very flexible.
Okay.
And she was just rock crazy.
When you say rock, like she was
She
rocking
was
back
rocking
and forth.
back and forth like she was in a southern front porch, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And which is fine if you're in something that doesn't go. And I was going, what in the heck is that noise? And it brought me out immediately. And I kept saying, get back in it, get back in it. And then I was like, what is making that noise and why is it making that noise? And I had to pull my eye mask up and go, who is wrecking my meditation?
You pulled your mask
Of course
off.
I did.
You were that person.
What's funny though is when I pulled my mask up, she stopped. And so I didn't know who it was. And I was like, maybe it was in my meditation. Maybe I was getting a download, an answer. And I messed up my meditation by getting back into myself.
Oh, and then you beat yourself up.
And then I beat myself up over
oh
that.
My gosh.
And then it started again. I lifted my eye mask up and I was like, it's you. It's you, woman.
And then you have resentment
And
toward her.
then I got so far away from my heart and love and all this stuff. So
yeah, because then you're like, damn you.
So then
we're just being real.
So then I get.
We don't mean to be rude. We don't mean to be a bully.
So taming the beast. There's so much in this taming the beast and overcoming your body because we get affected by the outside world.
Right, because we put an hour into this meditation and we're right at the cusp of really having a breakthrough.
But if we let the outside world affect the way we feel, then it affects the way we act.
I know.
And then that affects the results that we get. So, that shows itself so well in meditation. So by staying in the meditation and just getting more comfortable in it, it's just like tying your shoes when you're learning how to tie your shoes or even learning how to ride a bike or learning how to drive a car. When someone talks, let's go with the driving the car. Mm-hmm. When you're learning how to drive a car and someone's trying to have a conversation with you, it takes your focus away from the driving the car.
Right.
And you can have an accident. Now, the more familiar you get with driving the car, you can start having a conversation with people. Now, when things get hectic on the road, you turn the radio down, you stop the conversation, and you get focused on the outside world because things just got scary on the outside, because you need to focus on that. But otherwise, you can still maintain safety and all that, and have the conversations and allow the outside world to just happen while things are going on.
Yeah,
so you don't let the outside world affect how you're feeling,
right?
How you're interacting.
I understand the analogy. I'm just not sure that every safety policeman would agree with. It's not the best time to go introspective,
right?
While you're driving.
What I'm saying though is that the more you get into the meditation, the more you practice introspection, then you're going to be able to not allow the outside world to affect that.
Right.
Which, when we can tame our bodies and tame our emotions, tame our feelings, tame the way we think, because controlling our thoughts and our feelings is what's going to overall correct so much.
It's the secret.
Yeah.
That's the secret, is realizing, you know what? My higher self is in control here. And I have a say in what I think, and I have a say in what I feel. I can actually choose the feelings. I mean, I understand that the feelings come up, but I can choose whether or not to let go of a feeling or to live in it, stew in it, ruminate in it. Yeah. Or if I choose a different emotion.
And how often do we grab hold of one of those negative feelings? Like,
we become addicted to them.
Yeah, like if you're going through a breakup and you're like, get me this. I know I talk about this all the time, but I remember that so well from like high school or like you go through that breakup and you're like, put on the saddest song that I can find so I can cry in my car.
That's probably why that lady screamed.
Yeah.
Is we were going through the heart meditation, she probably remembered a breakup. She was probably like, ah!
Were you her? It sounds like you were the one over there doing that.
No, it wasn't me.
So, yeah, one of the things that I wrote down was the hardest part about change is not making the same choices you made the day before.
And that I have often felt that, especially sometimes the little things of, when I get stuck in a low energy state and I know, don't get on the couch, don't get on the couch, don't get on the couch. And that next day comes and that 1 o'clock dip happens. And I think, oh, you know what? A 10-minute nap won't hurt anything.
That seemed like it made me comfortable before.
It's just 10 minutes,
That's
right?
kind of my habit.
Well, 10 minutes turns into 30 and 30 minutes turns into an hour. And then next thing you know, you're falling asleep and you've been there for half the day, right?
Yeah.
And so then the next day, then you feel guilty and ashamed and embarrassed and disappointed in yourself.
It's kind of like the same way of thinking isn't going to get you out of the problem that got you in the problem.
Yeah, and so it's a downward spiral. And then the next day, it's even harder to make that decision because your brain is going, Jana, who are you trying to kid? I know that yesterday you gave in. You're going to give in again today.
So,
hello.
Got to tame that beast.
You got to tame the beast.
Ricky.
No, I'm the lady in the meditation. All right. Well, if you have a chance, a spiritual retreat with Dr. Joe Dispenza, we're on day 2 and it's already been life-changing.
And it's just getting started.
So you're probably going to hear about this again on Wednesday or Friday.
Yeah, on Friday.
So stay tuned.
Right before our walk for the world.
Yes. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for joining us. We so appreciate you.
Keep living lucky.
Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.